5 minutes. There we go. Now you'll see the noses start to push out into the Ohio River as it flows past Madison, Indiana. It's the 75th Madison Regatta. First boat away from the dock. Dave Vilwalk, U-27, the Miss Apollo, there it is. Madison fans, Sharkey is back on the Ohio River. He's going to be followed by his teammate, that is Andrew Tate in the U-91, the Goodman Real Estate, and already lit and coming up behind him is going to be the U-11, the Flavor Pack, with Jamie Nielsen. So it is Vilwalk, it is Tate, it is Nielsen. You've got the 27, the 91, and the 11. Keep an eye on the clock in the upper right corner of the screen. That'll tell you how far we are away from our start. Our boats do not know the lanes they're going to run in. We fight for lanes. This is that 5-minute period, Tanner, that I said I didn't want to miss. This is the race before the race, because they don't know what lane they're going to be in. There are some rules. Our score-up buoy is going to be at 1 minute and 15 seconds at the start-finish line. Some of this is going to sound a little bit confusing if you're seeing it for the first time. Go along with us here. We will walk you through it. Once you see it, you will understand. The boats want to be on the start-finish line in 3 minutes and 39 seconds with full speed and full song. And they want to be at that line, not a tick too early and also not a ticker too late. That's the perfect start. Now, as the boats come up the backstretch, I see Jamie Nielsen has moved himself to the inside. This is the first part of the start procedure. The second part is, and these guys can cut the race course, keep an eye on Jamie Nielsen. See if Jamie doesn't make a... Oh, he's already up to the top. I was still thinking they were going to go up underneath the bridge. I thought we had a lot further to go, but we don't. So everybody's gone all the way around. But the boats can cut the race course here, Tanner, if they think they can get an advantage. But the score-up buoy, which is the start-finish line buoy, they must be behind this line at 1:15. They're coming down now at 2:50. So they will all go around again. Now keep an eye on Nielsen as he goes down. I say him because he's the boat on the inside. Nobody else is in a position where they could turn left, but Jamie Nielsen could. With the two boats sitting to his outside, he is protecting lane 1 right now. And I mentioned to you earlier, Tanner, he has a knack for getting that inside lane. He's got it. Going to have his hands full out the right side window, but he's at least on the inside of everybody.
Well, he certainly showed his hand that he wants the inside lane. We can't quite see the rollers on the far end of the track since this is a different track than the GP track, but we've seen that number 1 lane chopped up quickly. So we'll see if that's a wise choice moving into the start of this race.
Well, and it was pretty clear because he was the last boat out of the pit area that both Dave Vilwalk and Andrew Tate let him have the inside lane. They opened the door and said, if you want it, go grab it. So right now you've still got Nielsen in 1, Tate in 2, Vilwalk on the outside as we come up the backstretch with 1:50. 1:50 until the start. Remember, they must stay behind the start-finish line buoys at 1:15 seconds, and then they will go around again. So it might look kind of like a start when they come down here in about 20 seconds, but it's not. Everybody looks like they're going to really behave up here. I don't think anybody's going to make any move for a different lane. Dave's going to go far to the outside. That's the first boat you see up there at the top of the screen. Lane 1 is that yellow and blue Flavor Pack. We're coming up on 6 seconds until the score up at 1:15. We're at 16:15 now, so that's a legal score up. Everybody was fine. That is not the start. That is not the start. That was the score up, and everybody was legal. Now, Tanner, here's a key piece. They can still change lanes. You can still change lanes, and during the 5-minute period, you only have to have 5 boat lengths or the length of a rooster tail, whatever is longer. They will determine and claim their lane at the entrance pin to the upper corner. So anybody could still change lanes now, but they got to have 5 boat length lead on somebody, and clearly that's not going to happen. So the way they're going to run is the way they're sitting there right now. Nielsen's going to be in 1 in the Flavor Pack. Lane number 2 is going to go to Andrew Tate in the U-91, the Goodman Real Estate. Dave Vilwalk in the Miss Apollo. He is going to be on the far outside. Now you see Dave starting to give it a little squirt. This time when they come across start-finish line, we're going to be racing. Tanner, you ready to go?
I am so ready. I am so nervous for these guys. Honestly, look, I don't mean to sound, intimidated or anything, but man, turn 1 with those rollers is just going to be insane to turn into right off the bat.
Yeah, keep an eye on Tate. He's coming from behind everybody in the middle. Watch Andrew Tate, going to try and bring a bunch of speed. It's not very long off that exit pin. We're inside 5. We're 4, 3, 2, 1 mark, and I think the start was legal. Nielsen broke the clock, but it's Andrew Tate with the boat speed in lane number 2. Then it's Vilwalk on the outside. 1, 2, 3 going down to the corner. You see on the screen it was a clean start. Everybody was legal. Who gets down there first? It's Andrew Tate in lane number 2. Look at Jamie Nielsen trying to hang with him. Oh, it got rough for Nielsen. He got in the slop down there, but Nielsen's going to come out in second place, and he better look in that right side rear view mirror because here comes Super Dave. Super Dave on the outside, and the Apollo, they're dead even up the backstretch for second place. Now Nielsen moves out a little bit. We thought at the top end of the race before the start that Andrew was going to bring boat speed. He brought a ton of it, Tanner, and look what it's done for him.
Yeah, he's still keeping to that lane too, and he really was able to time that start. Wasn't the first across the line, but was certainly the fastest across the line. And now still stuck in lane 1, Nielsen's going to have to fight even more wake on the second lap.
Yeah, but the guy that's in trouble right now is Dave Vilwalk because he's sitting on the outside, and he's on the outside of Andrew Tate's wake. And as long as he's got to stay outside that way, it makes it doubly tough for him to get around Nielsen. Nielsen can stay inside Andrew's wake. Dave is trying to find some clean water, staying on the outside and coming off the exit pin. He is giving ground up the backstretch on lap number 2. Andrew Tate just running and gunning up the backstretch. He is running like a rocket. He's run away with this thing. The race is for second place, and Dave doesn't want to let it go, Tanner. You know what it's like. We got laps to go. Let's go get him.
Now, at what point does Dave cross to the inside?
Well, he's not going to be able to get on the inside of Nielsen. Now Nielsen is just pushing him around.
He sure is. From lane 1 to lane 3. Drives Dave all the way out to the outside buoy. He's headed to the dock.
Dave's got to come real wide, and that was Jamie Nielsen. We call that giving him a tour of the beach, and he gave him a tour coming off the top end of the race course. Now our boats are spread out. Now watch Super Dave, see if he doesn't jump to the inside down there, because you don't know what line Nielsen's taken through the corner. Dave has definitely decided this one's over down there at the bottom end of the race course. He is going to let Jamie go, and now our boats are spread out all over the race course. The checkered flag is hanging. It is hanging for Andrew Tate in the U91, the Goodman Real Estate. Here he comes, top end of the race course. It was all about having the boat speed at the start. He walked away from this thing like it was over. Well, he did not break the clock. Nielsen did, but he had the boat speed.
Yeah, and he certainly showed that lane 1 may not. He didn't prove lane 1 isn't the place to be, but he showed that lane 1 may not be the place to be.
That's exactly right. So Jamie Nielsen comes across. He will finish in second place. Here comes Dave Vilwalk in the Miss Apollo, the U27. He will come home in third.
Well, that was remarkably close to the dock.
I don't want to say anything, but I'm going to say something. You have now seen your first, finally you have seen a heat of unlimited hydroplane racing. We started our boats, we finished our boats. It was only a 3-boat heat, but you know what? We really don't care. They started, they finished.
The racing is hectic. I got to be honest. The racing is hectic, and the courses, even though the water's flat from here, the flow of this river is making turn 1 and turn 2 just treacherous. So it's, quite an experience. I mean, watching how Dave got driven to the beach basically right there, so easy to do. And Nielsen could have taken him even wider, and he would have had no clue. He's coming around blind around the corner, would have no clue where he was going to end up.
And that's exactly it. And they call that hiding the buoys. And Nielsen said he's coming kind of up here behind me. Well, I can turn in such a way and push him. He has no idea where the buoys are. He can't see them. So Andrew Tate put on a pretty strong showing right there. No pun intended, as our strong boats are in the water. And here comes Andrew back to the dock. Jamie Nielsen will also come back to the dock.
Yeah, it was about a 6.5, 7 second from the last turn buoy to the start line. They all were pretty conservative on it, but Tate just, even though he started a bit behind, he just had another 10, 15 mile an hour when he crossed the line, and that was the whole race.
That's what it is. The start is, you don't want to say it's everything, and he was not the first boat across the line, but we said it when he was up at the apex of the corner. Keep an eye on Andrew. He was behind everybody. He was bringing some speed.
But that first turn on the first lap, all 3 of the boats were bouncing through the wake they'd created, going slowly.
The time before.
The build-up. So it's, I don't think there is an easy race here, even with that much of a gap at the finish. you still got to risk it all in the first 2 laps in turn 1.